Sometimes statement may not be clear, but there is always a deeper understanding. It is not just about the who said what. The whens, hows, and wheres are equally important. Join me on a whole new journey in the conversation with Augustus as I bring you discussions from religion to politics, health to economy, humanity to social activities, among many others. Conversation with Augustus knows no foreign borders. The show comes to you every Wednesday at 6:15 p.m. GMT on our YouTube channel Conversation with Augustus and on Radio Angelus www.radioangelus.com. This program is sponsored by Safe Life Experience Consult Limited. Contact them for all your travel and tour needs, as well as your events. The program is a conversation with Augustus, and I really appreciate you for your time. I do not take it for granted. God richly bless you. Today on the conversation, we are going to have a discussion on what some people call demonstration, but the organizers of this event call it environmental prayer walk against Galamsey. All of you may know, if you have not heard Galamsey, it is something which is actually destroying our environment in Ghana and actually disturbing our forests and our water bodies especially. And I have with me the General Secretary for this environmental prayer walk with me. He goes by the name Mr. Edward Ayem. He also happens to be the coordinator for the Ghana Catholic Professionals Guild. Mr. Eddie, you are most welcome to the conversation with Augustus.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing, boss?
I'm very well, Chief. I'm very, very well. How are you too?
I'm doing very well. So this environmental prayer walk, some also call it a demonstration. Why not the word demonstration, but hiding behind environmental prayer walk against Galamsey?
I like that expression. We are not hiding. We are not in hiding at all. And you know that the Catholic Church has nothing to hide and will not hide from anybody. It's just that some of our words and phrases have developed different meanings, and so sometimes you want to even run away from them. I mean, one word like love. You know how this word has been so bastardized that, sometimes you use the word love and it means even something else,
Yeah.
So it's just moving away from what has become so bastardized. When you talk about demonstration now, then everybody's thinking about violence, is thinking about, disruption of public property and all that. No. We cannot do that. We cannot do that. This is a protest, but it is a prayer protest. We are a church. We are people of faith, and we believe that there is nothing God is incapable of doing. In fact, there's a phrase that has come to Ghanaian parlance now. It says, "What God cannot do does not exist." And so we, as people of faith, are choosing the path of prayer. We are not political. We are people who should just should be the conscience of the people, of the nation. And so we're just speaking truth to power, but we are choosing to pray. So that is why it is a prayer, protest or a prayer walk that we are embarking on.
Okay. So Eddie, let me ask you, there are a lot of issues bothering the people of Ghana, not only Catholics. Catholics in Ghana are also Ghanaians. But you are, or your organization is only looking at Galamsey. There have been issues of the National Cathedral, which some people say it has turned into a swimming pool, or the most expensive pool in the world. There are a lot of issues against finances. People who have actually saved money in the bank. Those monies have been actually been what we call the haircuts. There are a lot of issues which has happened and are still ongoing. Why is it that the church or the Archdiocese of Accra is only concentrating on Galamsey and leaving the other issues which are also affecting Ghanaians?
I'm sure you know, but this is for the education of the general public. The church has never shied away from all these issues. And as I said earlier, the church is the conscience of the people. Every time issues come out, the church speaks. Our bishops issue communiques, various conferences issue communiques, the Conference of Major Superiors issue communiques. I mean, the laity councils are various groups, and we do all these things. We respond to all of these. But the church is not a violent organization, and we choose the path of peace. We choose always the path of dialogue. So that goes on, and advocacy. So that goes on in the background very, very much and very effectively also. The church has never shied away from any of these issues. The church always has been speaking. And our bishops, the Bishops' Conference, issues communiques every year on all the major subjects affecting our nation. The Conference of Major Superiors issue statements every year also concerning the various issues affecting our nation, and the laity councils and all other groups and societies in the church do same. So we don't shy away. It's just that this Galamsey issue is an existential threat. It poses a great risk to our very lives. I mean, we could all be wiped off the face of the earth if we do not pay immediate attention to this. I'm sure you have heard that we are already beginning to have babies born with deformities. And when lab tests are done, pathology tests are done, we find heavy metals are found in their systems. How did these get there? How? Mothers are having spontaneous abortions because of the water and the food we are consuming. Okay, I mean, these things are no longer stories. These things are the reality now, and they face us. I mean, we cannot keep our eyes closed and continue to do business as usual. This is a time when we need to not only issue communiques, but we need to rise up and do something.
But why now? Why the delay?
So, as you know, this is the month of prayer for us. October is a month when we beseech our Blessed Mother. The first miracle happened at her behest.
Okay.
Jesus' first miracle happened at the behest of our mother. It is when she said, "Do whatever he tells you." That the first miracle, Jesus
the
had
changing
not
of
planned it,
water into wine.
to do it because his mother said so. And we believe that in this month, if we cry to our mother, she will ask her son to do another miracle for us.
Mm.
And so it is just that time of the year when we want to pray, and we are making this our prayer topic.
Okay, so why is it that it's only major superiors in Ghana and the archdiocese organizing this demonstration, or sorry, let me say environmental prayer walk, and not the whole Catholic Church in Ghana, like the National Catholic Secretariat being the head of heading this actual prayer environmental uh, walk?
Yes, I get you. I get you. But so the issue is that the bishops' conference is very much, in support of this. It's just that we are beginning in Accra.
Okay.
So that is it. We are beginning, and it's going to get to a crescendo. Okay. So this is the start. And you can imagine with this kind of start, you can imagine what's going to happen,
But
and it's going to sort of climax when the bishops have their conference next month, and they're going to Obuasi. And so
what
next
the
month you're going
Galamsey
to
is
see
actually happening.
all the bishops, you're going to see all the bishops marching. In fact, they're going to process, and that is part of what we're going to do. After this one, we're going to organize that one too. So yes, it's going to happen. And all the other dioceses are going to follow.
Okay, so let me say this. The Galamsey menace is actually a physical one, not a spiritual battle. So why is it that the the church in Accra and these major superiors not actually calling the government into action, but rather going to pray?
There is nothing in this world that is only physical.
Okay.
Everything has a spiritual angle.
Mm.
But as you know, there have been demonstrations upon demonstrations in our country. As we speak, this week alone, there are several demonstrations that are happening. Okay, Democracy have just finished their demonstration a day ago, and other demonstrations and all of that. There have been all kinds of symposia and conferences and all kinds of things. Organized labor is embarking on a strike, the whole of organized labor, and it's starting on Thursday. All of these things are happening. But we as a church think that prayer is the key. Prayer is the key, because in the midst of all of these things, we are still not getting the government to act as we want them to.
Okay.
And we think that we should pray, not to pray against the government, but to pray for the government, to pray for peace in their minds, in their hearts, to pray for wisdom, for God to give them divine wisdom. We pray for strength and courage, that whatever decisions they're going to take, they will be able to take them and stand by them, because obviously they will have to take some very difficult decisions, and we are praying for them. So this is part of the prayer. The other part of the prayer is that we are going to pray for ourselves as well, because it's not just about government. Government can do whatever. If we are not transformed by the renewing of our mind, it will be difficult. Okay, it will be difficult. And we are not only Galamsey is the subject, but as you know, Laudato Si is our workbook. Okay, it's our playbook. Laudato Si is where we are getting our inspiration from. And Pope Francis is talking about saving our home. So it is not just about Galamsey, but everything that destroys our environment, the indiscriminate disposal of waste. Our gutters are choked, our water bodies are choked with all kinds of rubbish and plastics, and we just are very, very negligent and indisciplined as a people. So we're also going to be praying for ourselves, that God should change our heart, to touch our hearts and transform our minds, that we will be more responsible citizens.
Okay. So just a quick one. We've heard of the LGBTQ, whatever, and Parliament passing a bill, which is yet to be signed to become a bill. It's in now, we don't know where it is. Actually, it is in the courts, and the document is lying somewhere at the presidency. Are you also going to talk about it? Because human life is also important. And if there's no human life,
Today, as we speak, there's a demonstration ongoing.
Yes, that's
Again,
that's why I'm driving.
about this.
That's what I'm driving about. I'm driving
Yes,
to
about
because
this LGBT.
and
Yes,
I've
you
not
know
seen the
the
Catholic Church there.
church's stance.
Yeah, but I've not seen the church there talking about it.
No, no, it is not. It is not. Of course, there are Catholics in there. You
Yeah,
know
but
that
there are Catholics in there,
a number
but
of the
the church
leaders
is not
of
there.
this. You know, a number
Maybe
of the leaders
yes,
of this are Catholic.
Eddie. Yes,
Okay,
I
but
agree.
that's not the point.
No, there are Catholics in there, but where is the church? Because the church in Africa or the church is the bishops.
Hello.
Hello, Eddie. All of us are the church, but the head of the church, when the head of the church appears, then we know that the church is there. I hope you get me. So this demonstration actually going on right now. I've not seen any bishop in there. Okay, so we cannot say that
So,
the Catholic Church
so,
is in there. I
so my
saw a
brother,
Methodist bishop there.
we are we are taking one step at a time. As
Okay.
you know, we are preparing for this major program.
Yeah.
After this one, we are going to start doing something about the elections. As for we are going to tackle all these, and when the church speaks, you know the church has spoken. You know, and this time around, we are not just going to be talking. We are focusing on one thing at a time. As soon as we are done with this, we'll move on to the next
Okay.
subject. Yes.
Okay. So when is the demonstration coming on? When is the scheduled date?
So
What time? Where is it starting from? Where is it ending? And if you can just give us a
it is
bit
a
of the
prayer walk.
okay.
It's a prayer walk, not a
The
demonstration.
demonstration. I agree. Prayer walk, environmental
So
prayer walk.
we have our rosaries and we are going to pray the rosary. It's coming off on Friday, the 11th of October. Just this Friday, 11th October. We'll be gathering at the Holy Spirit Cathedral from 10, from 8 a.m. we'll start gathering. And then at 10 a.m. we will move. We will move through some principal streets in Accra and end at the Christ the King Parish, which is also close to the Jubilee House. So when we get to Christ the King Parish, some chosen leaders will move now, accompanied by the police, to the Jubilee House to present our petition to the president. And we'll not just present a petition to the president, we will pray for and with the president.
Mm. Oh,
So
okay.
after that, they will join us again, and then we will climax the whole day's program, the whole day's prayer with the biggest of all our prayers, the Holy Mass.
Okay. So, Eddie, let me just ask. Recently, there was a demonstration in Ghana where some people are now facing trial. We don't know the charges which they've leveled against them. They are still in custody, and we are praying that they will be released and the right charges will be given to them so that there will be peace in the country. What are you going to do to make sure that the organizers, are going to do to make sure that this environmental prayer walk is a successful one and not a violent one?
A lot is being done. In fact, a lot is being done. Yesterday, we had a discussion with the regional command of the Ghana Police Service, and we discussed, everything thoroughly into detail. So the police is going to be around. The second tier of security is we are engaging the Knights and Ladies of Marshall and the Knights and Ladies of Auxiliary of St. John International, and they'll be in uniform to also, lead us to ensure that we don't have any infiltrators, and we don't, if anybody even infiltrates, that we pick them out quickly and have the police deal with them. So these are going to be done. The other thing that we are doing is that we are asking all our people to come in church attire. So they're going to come in church t-shirts, parish societal t-shirts, or church or societal cloths, that kind of thing, or things that, identify them with one parish or one group or society, etc. So that's also going to be another layer. So that anybody not in any of these and behaving funny, we can easily identify and pick out. So yes, we are doing so much to ensure, but most importantly, we are praying that God will be in control, because we know that even as 2 or 3 people gather and God is in their midst, the devil will also find his way into our midst and try to foment trouble. So we're also praying that God will be with us, and that it will be a very, very peaceful and prayerful experience.
So, Eddie, before I let you go, I would want to find out from you, how many people are you expecting to attend this environmental prayer walk? I don't want to say demonstration, environmental prayer walk.
Thank you. I was saying that we initially were estimating about 5,000 people, but currently we are looking at a number beyond 10,000. It's going to be a really, really, really massive turnout, and God is going to be glorified, even as we lift him up and as we beseech him for our nation. It's going to be an awesome experience. Yes.
So we are calling on all and sundry to be part of this important event, dubbed the Environmental Prayer Walk, which is starting on the 11th at 8 o'clock a.m. That's where we are all supposed to converge at the Holy Spirit Cathedral. And approximately at 10 o'clock a.m., the procession starts. It ends at the Christ the King Parish, which is just opposite the Flagstaff House, the seat of the presidency of Ghana. So we are calling on all of you to be part of it. So Eddie, before we take leave of you, do you have any last words for us?
You have said it all. We want to encourage everybody to join us, but we also want to appeal for support. You can support this in any way. Provide water, provide some refreshment, help us with some of the logistics. However you can help, please get in touch. You can call 0243 156736. 0243 156736. That is my number. You can call and I will be ready to receive whatever support you have, so that we can have a very successful one. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Eddie. The program has been The Conversation with Augustus. I would plead with you to subscribe if you have not, and also to click on the bell beside the subscription button, so that whenever we post videos, you will have access to it immediately. And also share it with your friends and spread the word that the Catholic Archdiocese of Accra, together with major superiors of religious bodies in Ghana, are embarking on an important event dubbed Environmental Prayer Walk in this month of October, the Rosary Month. So go along with your rosary, and I know the Anglicans pray the rosary, and some non-Catholics also pray the rosary. Let us all join our hands together in praying for our mother Ghana against Galamsey and other ills destroying our country, our motherland Ghana. Thank you very much for watching the program. My name is Augustus Ekis, and I really appreciate you. Adios.
Sometimes statement may not be clear, but there is always a deeper understanding. It is not just about the who said what. The whens, hows, and wheres are equally important. Join me on a whole new journey in The Conversation with Augustus as I bring you discussions from religion to politics, health to economy, humanity to social activities, among many others. Conversation with Augustus knows no foreign borders. The show comes to you every Wednesday at 6:15 p.m. GMT on our YouTube channel Conversation with Augustus, and on Radio Angelus, www.radioangelus.com. This program is sponsored by Safe Life Experience Consult Limited. Contact them for all your travel and tour needs, as well as your events.